Ashes and fire. That's to be expected on Stromboli, the Italian island with one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. But now there's a new source of havoc. Mudslides and flooding after heavy rainfall are endangering both settlements on the island.
Stromboli was love at first sight for me. It's paradise, and I'm fighting to keep it that way. There's no way I'd ever leave.
Domenico Taggio came here 20 years ago. But it's not clear whether he and the island's other residents can stay. Domenico's house is right next to a small stream, which is usually dry. But now he's worried about his home whenever it rains. Most recently in November, when a mudslide flooded his property.
This used to be my garden. All the plants, the olive trees, the roses. As you can see, there's nothing left. All that work to make a beautiful garden was for nothing. In 1 second, everything was destroyed. The stream bed, once 3 meters deep, is now full of debris. More rainfall poses a threat. Some villagers have already given up. A young couple used to live here. The last flood scared them so much that they moved out. The mud almost came over the wall.
Stromboli has experienced several disasters in the last 2 years. In May 2022, almost half of the island burned up in a fire, including tree roots and plants on the slopes that protected the village from mudslides. And a powerful volcanic eruption in July 2024 caused massive amounts of ash to pile up on the volcanic cone. This one was different, says Beatrice Fassi. The nature guide has studied the volcano for decades.
Something has hardened the mountain surface and rainwater is now simply flowing down the slope. The ground can't absorb it anymore.
Just a few days ago, she took soil samples from the volcanic cone to send to volcanologists on the mainland.
This layer here is about ½ centimeter thick and has solidified. When rainwater falls on this hardened layer, it can't seep into the ground and drain away. Instead, it turns into this violent torrent and rushes forcefully down to the sea through narrow stream channels.
The residents already have their hands full with the lava and ash, and many of them see this latest problem as homemade. The stream channels haven't been cleaned for years. These diggers were hired to do just that. Now they've come to a standstill. There's no shortage of funding. In 2022, the government earmarked 16 million euros to protect the island. But bureaucracy is slowing things down, says Carolina Barnau, the environmental counselor for the Aeolian Islands.
We're going to develop and secure all of Stromboli's 12 streams. The planning is almost complete, and a construction company will soon be commissioned to do the work. We're also going to rebuild 8 roads that were destroyed by the 2022 storm.
It's all taking too long for Domenico Taggio. He thinks there should be some simple rules, instead of promising money to hypothetically protect the slopes.
If the administration had simply done regular maintenance work on the streams, kept the rivers clean, planted trees, and not built so much, then we probably wouldn't have this problem to begin with.
For now, Domenico and his neighbors are still digging themselves out of the mud from the last storm. And every new storm brewing on the horizon could spell the next catastrophe for Stromboli.